Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time we're on episode 59. So last episode was absolutely crazy, as every episode has been for the past while. Before I get to the part I really want to talk about, what happened earlier in the episode was we had the conclusion of the fight between Bradley and Greed, as well as the unfortunate and sad death of Buccaneer, a character I didn't think I'd end up caring about if he died, but it ended up being pretty sad, kind of bittersweet in a way, but he went out a hero, and I guess that's all that really matters. What was more interesting about it, however, was that Bradley also seemingly died. He got shot and fell into the water, and the way they portrayed it almost made it seem like he actually might have died this time, and also because, you know, if they keep pretending like Bradley's dead and then not actually killing him, it kind of maybe makes the audience be a little bit like, okay, kill this guy. But at the same time, I actually don't want Bradley to die. I've said it before, or I said it last episode, that I hope that wasn't actually Bradley's final moments, because I'll be slightly disappointed if we don't get any more Bradley in this series, because he kind of went out very quietly and very silently. You know, no final words, no nothing. We have no, like, finality to his character in that way, like in a more emotional sort of way. So hopefully Bradley's not dead. It makes me think that he's not, so maybe we'll see more of him, or maybe not. But most importantly, what happened at the end of last episode. We had Riza get her throat slit right in front of Roy, right in front of Scar, right in front of everybody, and the doctor demanded that Roy do human transmutation if he wanted to save her life. And yeah, that one really threw me for a loop, because to be honest, I didn't see that coming, and to be even more honest, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know how it's going to turn out, because I mean, if you heard my incoherent ramblings at the end of the last episode, you'll know how I feel about this, but right now I'm leaning more towards the side that Roy will not do it, even though I actually want him to do it in a weird way, because I don't want her to die. I feel like Roy's not going to do it because the way she's looking at him, she knows, or he knows, that she wouldn't want to be the reason that he gets human sacrificed. She knows what's most important, and she's willing to die for him. We've known that many times. He is her reason for living, and vice versa, of course, though he didn't say that out loud. So yeah, I feel like maybe she dies here. I hope she doesn't. I really hope she doesn't, obviously, but I don't know. It's not a good situation. This entire thing happening with our entire cast right now, not very many of them at all are in safe conditions, or just in bad situations overall. Somehow, off the top of my head, Greed is the one that's safest right now, and he just got done with this fight with Bradley. Ed, Al, pretty much everybody else is in active, life-threatening danger, so it's really intense, it's really scary, and I don't know if it's going to get better anytime soon. Not yet, at least. A patron actually commented on my last episode and asked me the hypothetical question that if Roy was to carry out the human transmutation, which part of Roy do I think that he would end up losing? And it was a really good question. Normally I wouldn't address this in the video, but considering I don't know what's about to happen with this, I figured it would be worthwhile to mention. First off, I really like that I was asked this question, because it was a fun little brain teaser. I mean, I had to really think about it, because everybody that loses something to human transmutation, it's very symbolic every time. So I had to ask myself, symbolically, what would Roy want to sacrifice the least, or what would be most fitting for Roy to sacrifice? And I sort of came up with like 2 or 3 answers for this. The first answer that I came up with would be either him losing his arms / hands / fingers. Immediately, it would make him completely useless for the rest of the anime, considering that if he doesn't have fingers, he can't snap. He also doesn't have any fingers to put rings on in case Riza does end up making it out. You know, he can't get married, or obviously he can get married, but he can't wear a ring, which is kind of like symbolically sad in that sort of way. And also, if you want to take it a little bit more metaphorically, without fingers, you can't really like grasp anything. You can't hold on to anything, which could suggest a sort of permanence to his character. Like, he can never hold on to anything that would like put him in power, or he couldn't like grasp or hold on to anybody that he actually loves anymore, or he can't like hold anybody's hand. I don't know, like that was just, obviously these answers aren't fully thought out, but that was one. His fingers was one, and the other one I came up with would be his eyes. The reason why I came up with that one would be so that he never sees what it's like to be Führer, or sees what it's like for all the efforts and everything that he's been through to see the better future, or see the results of all his efforts, and also because he wouldn't be able to see the ones that he loves ever again, which is just sort of poetically sad and cruel, just like all of the human transmutation is. It's all some level of cruel, so I kind of just thought to myself, what would be the most symbolically cruel for Roy's character? And that's pretty much what I came up with, either the fingers or the eyes, or maybe, I don't know, his heart in a way. I don't know, but you can't really survive if you, I don't know. That one's not, yeah, fingers and eyes is basically what I came up with. But thank you for asking me that question. I really enjoy when you guys ask me questions in the comments. I don't know when all this is going to go up on YouTube because my planning is bad and I'm kind of scatterbrained about it, but for patrons, hopefully you guys will see very shortly after I finish the series, I will be doing question and answers. So, and I'll be doing a lot after the series, but I'm going to be asking questions to people over on my Patreon. So think about it. Think about good questions to ask me for when the series is over. Give me something good. Don't give me super basic questions. Basic questions are fine, but I do like brain teasers like that. Just as a little bit of a hint, a bit of a suggestion. I don't know. Just start thinking of your questions now because I'm gonna be wanting them later. And if you're over on YouTube, be sure, of course, to go over to the Patreon and check that out if you want to watch my Q&A / end of Full Metal recap / character tier list and all that other stuff. It's gonna be over there pretty soon by the time this goes up on YouTube. And also, this acts as a great segue for me to say that if you want to check out early episodes now, you can go on over to my Patreon. Episode 60 will be available on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, at least a month in advance, is available on the Ascended tier, as well as my other series, which you can check out, and votes for other potential new series and stuff whenever I need people's opinions. The first people I go to is my Patreon, so be sure to go check that out. The reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every episode. So once again, go check that out. Links are in the description, as well as to all my socials, such as my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Twitch. Please go give me a follow over on them. I cannot believe I just did this all in one take. That was pretty good. It is so early in the morning that the sun is starting to rise now, which you might be able to see in the video. So I am pretty much ready to get straight on into this video. I almost went through that whole thing without stuttering. Let's get started with this episode, shall we? I hate this situation so much.
But you will do it, won't you, Mustang?
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't think he will. Probably not, but I would not be upset if he did. I'll tell you that much. I mean,
Well,
I don't want to lose her. I really don't. She's one of my favorite characters. She looked up. What's up? Why'd she look up like that?
right. Good. I knew you'd see reason.
Is he actually going to do it, though?
Lieutenant, I won't perform the transmutation.
All right, nice one. Nice one, Roy. Dramatic effect.
For the kindness I showed them, they remain grateful to me.
And that's just the sort of overconfidence that could get you in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, man. Wait, what just happened?
He finished.
I missed what just happened. Episode 59, Lost Light. Lost Light, huh? I have no idea what that means either. What? Oh,
Oh yeah, we're great.
oh,
All right. Let me show
this
you
guy.
just how great-
That's actually not true. If she's alive, like Mei Chang could save her, maybe.
Fall for that.
Right, Mei Chang is with them. All right, I'm seeing an out. Oh my God, they're so much better than these guys at fighting somehow. Right, that could be her. That's what she's been looking for too. Not hesitating now. There's so much happening so fast.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant! Lieutenant!
Scar? No, Darius. Okay, Darius is here too. May, can you... I know that's important to you, but... Could you go save Riza, please, first?
Stay with me, Lieutenant.
Yeah, please. Please go help her first. This is a critical moment for her. She has to, like, choose her entire journey purpose versus healing. It's not gonna go anywhere. I don't think. It shouldn't. Wow, she used her blood for that.
Lieutenant!
She just saved her.
Bleeding for now, but she still needs to see a doctor.
Luckily, we've got one here. Not that it'll help us. That was really sweet of Mei Chang. It was like a nice little momental choice. Now, knowing that choice that has been made, the stone is not going to be available to Mei Chang.
But I'm glad.
We've been together long enough. And besides, I know that glare. It means use human transmutation, and I'll shoot you.
Yeah. That's kind of a nice little callback to our old words to him.
That's one of them. Everyone, thank you for all of your help.
I'm glad. I'm glad that sort of resolved well.
All right.
The stone. Who's about to take it? Somebody's here. Of course. So he is alive. I mean, thank God. I mean, thank God, but also, oh God.
His wounds are regenerating.
Yeah.
It's been quite some time.
This is a 60-year-old man, by the way. 60-something.
I'm afraid I'd be lying if I said you were looking as good as ever.
How are you alive, man?
Here, King Bradley.
I guess we're gonna see. This guy's got his stomach gouged with a long sword from front to back, shot in the shoulder, not to mention the train explosion and everything else. Exhaustion, hello, who are you? No. Alright, well that was a very fortunate hole in that grate. He just never dies. I know the guy's strong, but the stamina is ridiculous.
Knowing that weakling's heart of yours, I thought if someone dear to you fell, you would do anything to save her, even if it meant human transmutation.
There was a time when I might have, but that time is behind me.
Luckily, you didn't have to choose.
People by my side now who will stop me from being reckless.
Right.
Keep me headed down the right path.
Two at once, 2 times at once, with envy and now.
And here I was under the impression you were all pathetic creatures who could never learn a lesson properly. But apparently there are those like you who can learn, who can change. That's one more reason why I can't stand you humans. It infuriates me when I can't predict how you'll behave.
You got that from Father and from Envy for sure. I like that small little callback about people can change from episode 27.
I won't let you interfere with him.
Oh, give it up, Doctor. You're not going anywhere.
Something's about to... What happened? Jerzo, got it. What just happened?
Run, get out of here.
Is it Father? No, he's still below.
This is bad.
Who?
He's right. Something's coming. Something awful.
I don't... Why am I blanking on who this is? Right. Wait, how? Salim was so far away from the capital. Oh, I guess we're here anyway. Oh, this is this is really bad. I mean, if Pride and Kimberly weren't enough, you got Pride and Bradley here.
Please.
No thanks.
Look after her for now.
And of course there are just swords on the ground for him. Why not? Yeah, this is a really bad situation. Really, really bad situation.
Very good. Job well done, Bradley. That's the kind of man I brought you up to be.
Yeah, you're... Okay. Salim? Why? Why did he do... Do you guess he doesn't need him anymore? Oh.
Well, Colonel Mustang, looks like you're a fifth.
Okay, well,
That's right, the last one.
looks like you didn't get to choose to do the transmutation or not. It's just happening. Wow, that all happened really fast. Wow. Okay.
It looks like the eclipse has begun.
Of course it has. Of course it has.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Hawkeye and Darius. Or watch out, Roy. He's Darius stealing your girl. I don't know why or how, but I completely forgot that Salim, that Pride existed in the first place. I acknowledged that Pride existed, of course, but Pride was so far out in the countryside and he had been like hit by a car. Well, last thing we saw about him was that he consumed Kimberly, I believe. I believe that was the last time we saw Salim. It had been a while, and I know he was signaling to father with the whole Morse code thing, but I'd have no idea how the one little kid traveled so far. I mean, maybe his powers let him do that somehow, but in the middle of the daylight, I don't know. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing, but that's a really bad combo to show up because Reese is injured. Jerzo just pretty much got injured. Darius and Mei Chang are like subpar fighters at best. We're relying on Roy and Scar, and Roy just got transmuted. So not looking good for Scar in that situation. Everybody else, obviously, but Scar is going to be the one doing the fighting. I don't know how he can do it. I would say that right now in my head with a power ranking, Scar fares somewhere near Bradley, but not, I would say under Bradley still. Scar is a menace, but Bradley is like a super menace. Maybe taking into account Bradley's injuries, Scar might have a chance against him. But Salim is the strongest one there. He's stronger than both Bradley and Scar, so I have no idea how that's, yeah, I don't know. Good luck. Good luck whoever's there. I do have to say though, I really like the sort of nice touch that it had to where Mei Chang and Roy never really met in the series. They never really crossed paths, and they never really needed to. So when Roy was faced with making that decision of transmutation, he could not even factor into his head the low chance that Mei Chang could show up, because as far as he knew, nobody could really heal Riza except him, and if he did the transmutation. So that was pretty much a actual choice that he was going to have to make. So I mean, it's just kind of nice that Mei Chang would show up and do that. But like I said, he could not have relied on that to make that decision at all. He couldn't have even prayed for that. It kind of just cements his willingness to make that sacrifice.
I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to resort to this.
So
There is no choice. We have run out of time now.
I mean, how does this work?
We're going to force you to open the portal. Prepare yourself.
How do you force somebody to do it?
As I said, it doesn't matter if you want to. Pride has just assimilated an alchemist who possesses knowledge of human transmutation.
Oh, so Pride can do alchemy now. Great.
He has the necessary formula.
As if he wasn't already strong enough.
Safely pinned. Move back, Wrath.
So,
Now.
I guess something will have to be sacrificed, but what? This is a bad situation. Understatement of the century.
What will be taken from you in exchange, Mustang?
Me too. Me too, man. Me too. I guess we'll have to see if I'm, where I'm at with it. If there's something I didn't think about or not. And this is his first time. His first time going through this. Unlike every other sacrifice.
See what kind of shape I'm in right now. Who among you would care for the illustrious honor of taking down the Führer of a mistress?
Scar.
A Chimera? The Outsider? Mustang's dog? Or perhaps you'd all like to come at me at once?
What is this?
Did he just say he didn't want to 1v1 Scar? Subtly. It would make sense if Scar did it. I've said that for a long time.
That crazy doctor guy said that he wouldn't let us interfere with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing Bradley doesn't want us to go down there either.
So that's the center.
It must be.
It's
That's where
crazy
he's
how
strongest.
reserved Scar is in front of seeing Bradley. Considering his whole journey, I mean, it makes sense, but this is the guy that that's issued the orders for what to happen to Ishval. Here we are. Creepy little bastard. It's never not terrifying.
I've brought him to you. He's our fifth.
Oh, okay, Salim left. That's good, actually.
5 of the required sacrifices, but Alphonse Elric has not arrived yet.
Colonel, you okay?
Right, he's still unconscious.
Fullmetal? Where are we?
What if it took his memories? Or, I don't know. What if it took something mentally?
Now what happened?
I don't know if it can do that. That doesn't really make sense.
Walk into a strange place, into a gateway of some sort.
He still has his limbs and his fingers, so...
Something was taken from you. But your arms and legs are still here.
Yeah, so my fingers prediction was wrong.
I don't know how you can expect to see my condition when it's this dark.
His eyes.
What do you mean?
He's blind. He's blind. Oh no.
Dark.
His eyes are all foggy. Oh no.
Where are the lights?
Can't be.
That's... Oh, now I'm in a weird spot.
See them. That's good. We found your abilities to be quite problematic in the past. You're by far the most troublesome of the state alchemists we've dealt with.
Yeah, Salim's not even doing too good. Yeah, that is their powerhouse, but worse than that, it's...
Human transmutation?
Relax, Ed, it wasn't like that.
Of course not. You think I would willingly do such
Oh,
a thing?
this is such a weird position for me to be in. I'm so...
It's true, he didn't. We had to force him to open the portal. It all worked out in the end. Now Colonel Mustang's meddling in
I wish I was
troubles
wrong.
flame alchemy will present no
I do.
more problems for us.
The truth can be such a cruel thing. The two brothers who wanted to feel their
Yeah,
mother's
it
will
always
once
is.
more. Their attempt to bring the dead back to life cost one of them the leg on which he stood, as well as the only family he had left. The woman who sought to bring back her only baby was given a body that would never again bear children.
Yes, thank you, Father, we know this.
The man who looked to change his nation had his eyesight taken from him, and now he can no longer see his future.
Yep, that's pretty much...
Who would dare to
Yep.
play God must pay a steep price for their arrogance. That is the way of the universe, the natural order imposed by the very thing you claim to worship.
Yeah, listen,
That
buddy.
is truth.
I don't think so!
Listen, buddy, not just humans are gonna have to pay, because you're gonna have to pay too. You're the one trying to seek God.
If
Oh,
he died
man.
of his own volition like we did, that would be one thing. But
He didn't make the
for someone
decision.
to participate in human transmutation against his will and then steal his eyesight, you think that's justified? That isn't a truth I'm willing to accept!
Yeah, it's definitely a different situation. Oh, and Ed cares for Roy too, which makes it additionally sad. Okay, Scar, you know what? Get him, man. Hand to sword combat, that's crazy. My heart is still like hurting from last scene. I don't want to move on yet.
Tell me, you go by Scar. What's your real name?
I have none.
He left that one behind whenever he left Eshwal, turned against his god.
I lived it.
You don't say. What a coincidence. I don't know my real name either.
Yeah?
It's almost poetic. Two nameless men fighting to the death.
Alright, this will be a good out for Bradley. I'll accept this exit for him as a character. Although I wonder if Scar is gonna have a moment where he ends up showing the mercy to him because he's changed so much, you know. It's so cool.
And now my lovely home has a gaping hole in it. How dare you, girl?
He may look
I don't like how
different,
Father's so
but no
chubby.
mistaking it. He's the one who's behind all of this.
Could be the perfect life for him. And he chose to have a beer belly.
What happened to you?
I don't know. I can't get him to wake up.
Oh no! Please wake up, Alphonse! Come on, you have to! Say something! Come on, Alphonse, get up!
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I was about to say I don't know where we're gonna go with this, but this is huge.
My body.
Right.
That's my body.
That's what you've been after this entire time as well. And then he's gonna be forced to leave it behind. Is that what it's getting at?
I've waited a long time.
That's the thing, though. He can't just... Can he?
Come home, Al.
I don't know. Careful, he's brittle.
but skin and bones. It's all you can do just to stand up. I can't. I can't fight in a body like this. But everyone else is fighting.
This is the choice that it's been.
To become one with me again? No, it's not that.
Can you just wait like 20 minutes?
Long time.
Maybe a little longer.
All I thought about is getting my body back.
Right.
And yet, I can't come back to you. I just can't.
God, this is
now.
awful.
That body isn't strong enough.
You're just gonna have to wait one day.
To go back there. You want to go back in that body?
No, of course he doesn't, but it's not about want, it's about what he needs it to do.
Then I won't stop you.
Just, you should have brought like some Chex Mix for him to like live a little longer with. Like, say I'll be right back. I picked this up from the gas station. Here you go. See you soon, maybe. This is crazy. This is like actually what the entire anime, the whole plot line was about from the very start. And then Al just turned away from it. Was what he had to do to protect others.
I'm sorry. I'll be back. Just
Yep.
wait a little longer. I swear I'll be back.
Why does it feel like...
I promise.
Also, it's kind of episode 26 where Ed said the exact same thing to Al's body.
Al, are you alright?
Al's gonna be pissed off now. Rightfully so. He did not want to make that choice.
He left behind the body he had searched for so long to go and help his friends. My valiant, noble soul. As your vessel, I am very proud of you. But with your selfless return, the world may be plunged into darkness and despair. My Alphonse.
And now,
Yeah, that's a good point.
all five are here.
Oh. I'm too mentally exhausted to even be mad. Like, I'm kind of glad I get a second to, like, breathe. Yeah, I guess he's right. I guess he's right about that last part, though, huh? I didn't really get to consider it, but I guess he is right. The world is going to be plunged into darkness because now that Alphonse has come back, he is now the fifth candidate. All five sacrifices are finally there for Father to sacrifice. Now, I don't know what sort of process has to be done. If this is a lengthy process that'll, you know, you got to give him 10 minutes or so to do the whole transmutation to get the Philosopher's Stone. I don't know. If it's instant, then, how do you fight that? What happens there? And Pride is there, Salim is there, so he can, like, hold them off. So do they have to beat Pride before they fight Father somehow, all while managing to not get sacrificed? That doesn't seem like very good odds to me. Although I guess if he came back in his body as well, wouldn't he still be... If Al took his body and went back, he wouldn't be able to fight, but he would still be there, so couldn't he still get sacrificed? Wouldn't that be cruel, as if Al got his body back, finally came back, they don't even have time to have a reunion because now they're getting sacrificed again. Obviously, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Father's gonna win in the end, but man, Alphonse is gonna be mad, and rightfully so. To be forced to make that choice, he's gonna have a lot of anger. I can't think right now of what happened to the Philosopher's Stone that Al was fighting with. I don't exactly remember if it like disintegrated or if it got lost. Does he still have it? It's been a while since I've seen that episode. I don't remember. I guess it doesn't matter because we still haven't addressed one of the main problems, is that Father himself can disable alchemy. And if Roy is there, who is blind, who won't be very good at using alchemy anymore either, which, by the way, hold that thought. We have Ed and Al, who we've seen get their alchemy powers taken away from him. Izumi, who we can only assume is going to be the same. And not like she's a good fighter, but she's not a Pride Father level. And then we also have, who else? Who am I missing? I don't know. Whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't know how they're going to fight them. I have no idea what the capabilities are. Also, Hohenheim has been completely absorbed by Father, which is weird because it also, in the same vein as like, it didn't make sense for Bradley to die back then. It doesn't make sense for Hohenheim to already be dead. Is Hohenheim gonna come out and help them fight? Because that could actually be a really big game changer. We can't rely on Scar because he's got his whole fight with Bradley, which, by the way, that is gonna be sick. There was just so much that happened this episode. Like, this applies to every episode, but it seems like vital, crucial scenes back to back to back to back. It's like we got like 7 vital scenes in one 20-minute episode. It's just absurd. Like, the fact that Roy ended up losing his vision is so sad, and it's just like, it left me in a weird position because I had thought about what that meant ahead of time because I happened to get it right. There was like this weird sense of like being proud of myself and satisfied that I thought of that, but also with having thought it out ahead of time, it sinks in a little bit faster about how tragic and cruel and sad it is. I have to like accept the fact that it's happened, digest the cruelty of it, and understand why it's so sad, and also be, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, man. I mean, I like that I got asked that question. I do. It's just so subtly cruel. It's a lot more subtly cruel than a lot of some of the other ones. Like, I feel like Izumi's losing her internal organs because of like the pregnancy and stuff, that was very on the nose in that sort of way, and Ed and Al's were as well. Although I do like the line that Father gave to Ed, or just said out loud in general, that Ed lost one of his legs to stand on. You know, losing a parental figure, it's like your parents are what you stand on as a kid. They are your stability, completely, totally, and thoroughly. I like that line from him. It was kind of nice. And also, he lost his only other family. It's just, those are just very, very on the nose about how cruel they are. But yeah, Roy's is less obvious, and it just makes me sad because that also means we don't get any more completely awesome Roy fights this anime. Seemingly, I mean, not that we've had a lack of them. We've had both lust and envy die to him. So, you know, like Pride said, it's probably good for them that Roy is out of the commission, because he's definitely a big problem. I don't know if Roy could take out Pride, but there's always a chance. I think like somebody could like shoutcast for him, say like, yeah, you know, left 30 degrees to the right, and then like, I don't know, probably not. Roy is probably still completely shocked and confused from everything that he's just seen in the truth. Which, by the way, I'm a little bit sad that we don't get to see like Roy's entire truth experience. He saw truth, and then all of a sudden he was kicked out. I wonder if we're gonna get more on that, because I don't know. It might be nice to see his more visceral reaction to the entire thing, but I won't be too disappointed if we don't. Although I just think it would be nice. Not nice for him, but nice for us as a viewer. You know what I mean? Another 10 out of 10 episode, as always in Full Metal. It's what I've come to expect at this point. Makes me sad we've only got 5 left, but I mean, if it keeps up at this pace, it's gonna be close to one of my favorite anime I've ever watched, but more on that later. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to go check out the links in the description. As always, head on over to my Patreon, check that out if you want to. Yeah, you get the point. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.